Welcome back to Stuck on an Island, where I'm stuck with you, but we are always smiling. Now, I didn't carry my vlog camera with me today. It's day 19 of Vlogmas. But to give you a quick rundown of my boring day, I went to Spanish Town, got some hive bodies for my hive for next year. I chilled with Judah for a little bit. I made some waffles and some eggs. I came back home, I worked for a little bit. End of vlog. But I want to do something different for you guys. As always, I try to give like a different vlog or a different perspective. And I remember getting some constructive criticism from one of my subscribers. And she said, "You guys are always eating out. Isn't that expensive?" And I explained why. Of course, it's a travel vlog as well as a daily vlog channel where I try to show you guys something different, show you restaurants, because a lot of people are oblivious to what we have in Jamaica. But on the back end of it, I'm like, wow, I love to cook. This is one of my favorite things to do. I'm not really the best cook, but I like to cook. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make you guys a food vlog today because I'm really hungry. The waffles and eggs was all I had today. But before I go get the shower and start the cooking, I want to leave you guys with this. Whenever you guys get negative criticisms from people, ask yourself, why are they even there? If they don't like something about you, why are they even there? Why are they watching your life? Why are they trying to figure out who you are? And for me, at the end of the day, I think that they realize that there's something great inside of you, and they're trying to tear down that greatness. That's all I can say, because everything else, it doesn't make any freaking sense. It feels like I'm watching a cartoon and nothing in it is practical. Live your life. Guys, you have the starter show, pretty much ackee. Then you have your seasoning, your thyme, your scallions, onions, sweet peppers, and saltfish. At the moment, I'm not really so happy because the lighting in here kind of sucks. It looks really artificial, and I'm not really too digging it. But maybe one day I'll have a house that's like really well lit, and you can see like the vibrance and the colors of these stuff. But anyways, I'm cooking in the night, so I'm not getting any natural lighting anyhow. On the stove, I got some water boiling, of course, for the ackee and the saltfish, and also for the food that we're going to be making. So it's good to have those stuff prepared. I'm a little bit nervous doing this because I've never really done like a video like this, so whatever. I'm going to show you how to do the hardest parts, which is to remove the ackee seed. I learned this when I was a kid, just by watching my mom doing it. Nothing difficult. And I'll show you that really quick. Alright, so I haven't done this in quite a while, but typically you have the regular ackee seed. Well, the regular ackee, which is that there, really quick. This one is really easy to do because the head is showing really quick, so just twist the head, boom, it's done. So that part is done. Toss the seed, you don't need a seed. And of course you have this part here, which is, I think they say it's poisonous or whatever, I'm not sure, but you don't want the pink part. So the pink parts you can remove with a finger mostly. Or if not, you can just use your, like a knife or something, you know, pull it out, most of it out, or at least, and there you go. Pretty much that's done. But of course you have the more difficult ackee, which is these are the baby ones where it looks a little bit strange, and there's a truck passing. But anyway, the little ones where it is a little bit strange because it's harder, you can't really pull it. You can just use a knife really quick. I normally cut around the edges, do the quick cut around the edge, and I got it out. It's hard to really do this on camera because, as I said, I'm nervous doing this. Again, remove the pink parts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna try to fill this bowl with ackee, and then we can move on. So as you guys might realize is that like I'm doing it methodically, so I'm just removing the heads first, moving the heads real quick, and then I will remove the pink parts from the insides. That's what I do. It just makes it a lot easier for me real quick. And just an FYI, of course, if there's like the soft ackees, like especially this one is soft and mushy, you don't want that. Toss all that. That ain't good. A lot of people always, you know, who've never had ackee before kind of want to know, like, what does it taste like? To be quite honest, I really and truly can't even describe what it tastes like. I just know the texture, depending on the kind of ackee, is kind of buttery in a way. It's a little bit soft, because you do have what we call butter ackees, is a variety of the ackee. But generally, it's kind of soft. Some people compare it to kind of like eggs, but I think it's better than eggs personally. But yeah, I think it's a very subtle type of flavor that takes on to whatever else you put it with. For example, like what you call it, with saltfish. That's why they use saltfish, because saltfish is a lot more of a stronger flavor. It's very salty, you know, because I guess back then they never had fridges, so they cured the fish, the codfish, in salt, and that's how they came up with it. So anyhow, I removed all the heads off of it real quick. So all I'm doing is just pulling the pink parts. Sometimes when you're working, guys, you just gotta learn how to, you know, work methodically, like not make the process long for you, because it's like around 7 o'clock. Well, it's after 7, because I had a hard time trying to figure out the lighting for this stuff, and I just want to eat, to be quite frank with you. Yeah, I could go to KFC or some crap like that, but you know, I want to eat some good food. So while I'm doing this at the moment, as I said, you have to cook methodically. What I'm gonna do is gonna start on my saltfish. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually just wash the saltfish off real quick, wash it off with some water to get off some of the excessive salt, and then I'm going to boil it. But what I do, I normally boil it with my ackee, so that way, you know, two things are in one pot. Anyway, you take it, the salt from the ackee is gonna go to the ackee anyhow, and they're gonna be combined together, so no big deal. Well, that's how I do it. I don't know how you do it, so you guys can always share that real quick, but that's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'll be back. Alright guys, so I don't really have the time to like trying to show you all different camera angles, because I'm the only one who's doing this and it's a bit difficult. But when you have the saltfish before, you could actually feel the salt grains. So what I do, I just wash it off, get rid of all the salt grains, then I put it in boiling water. But what I have to be careful about is to not remove too much salt from the ackee, because yo, what is ackee and saltfish without the salt on the fish, right? So you gotta be careful with that. So I'm gonna give it one boil, and I'm gonna taste it as I go along to make sure that everything's good. But there's still a few more scales on this, so I'm gonna remove that. So just an FYI guys, some markets you can go, they will actually remove the head and the whatever, they'll actually clean the ackee for you. Some markets, or you can tell a lady and she can pay her a little bit more money and she'll do it for you, you know, to remove all these tedious parts. But I don't know, for me it's not so hard, it's not that difficult. This is only like, this is a dozen ackees, so yeah. For those of you who don't know, ackee, there's like 3 of them in a pot generally. So yeah, but there's always an easier way. If you don't want to do this part, then you don't have to. But it's good to at least know how to do it, you know? But it ain't rocket science anyhow. That's kind of cool, like most of these don't have the pink part, so that's good. Some persons might be wondering, yo, what will happen if you eat the pink part? Well, I'm sure a lot of kids back in the day used to do this and they never get all the pink part. And we ate it and we still here, so I don't think it's much of a big deal, but it doesn't look presentable. You know, especially like here. I don't know if you guys can see. Still got that pink part at the top. No one want to see that, so just cut it off real quick. I just do a quick run through to make sure that all of them are good. Remember, as I said, I'm hungry, so I'm trying to do this real quick. But everything seems pretty copaceted. Alright, so we can move on. Alright, so I just gave my ackees a quick little wash off and stuff. And now I'm gonna pour them. Whoa. God damn. Into the pot real quick. This is hard doing this and videoing. I swear to God. Cover it up. Yeah, I'm one of those Jamaican houses that have like correct pot covers and stuff. Alright guys, so here we have some green bananas. Like my sister always said, like I'm the one who caused this, because I normally cut my green bananas on the cutting board, and over time of course the slits gets stained with bananas and whatever, but it's a cutting board, who cares. Quite rightfully, like a white cutting board is used for dairy products, red cutting board is used for meat, blue is used for, I think it's poultry, no, blue is for fish, and yellow is for poultry, if I still remember all those stuff, so whatever. I have these green bananas here, like I think I want to cook all of them, but I don't think the pot that I'm using is going to be big enough, and pre this. I bought green bananas last time and look at them. They're there to like pretty much getting ripe. I gotta toss these. But I'm not gonna use all these. I'm gonna maybe use like half a dozen. Yeah, half a dozen. I think that's fine. I can have breakfast with it tomorrow again as well. And I'm gonna show you how to do this real quick. In Jamaica, people make fun of ladies who have long nails because they say they don't know how to peel bananas. But real women who have long nails can still do it. You know, you ain't gonna nothing stop you doing it. But pretty much all you do, you cut this part. And then, I like using a small knife because I have more dexterity. And then you just do this, bam, make a slit. But me being me, as I said, I like doing things like with procedure so it's quicker. So instead of peeling one and putting it down, I'm just gonna pre-do all of them. So I ain't be like wasting my time, you know, going over like me I get. I don't like stuff like that. Also what I'm gonna do, I'll maybe try to put it on top of the bag because bananas stain. So yeah, I do it weird, guys. Like I cut it on my cutting board. I don't like cutting in my hand. Because normally when you're cooking as well, you never pull the knife towards you. Safe cooking, you never pull the knife towards you anyway. That's dangerous. So, and it's gonna feel weird for me to pull it away, so I just do it this way. No big deal. If you feel comfortable with it in your hand, then fine. Like this part, I can do. Like here, feels more comfortable doing like that. So there I have it. Normally if I was doing like a lot of them, I would like have a bowl and I put like them in water so they don't get black. But that's one thing I'm gonna do real quick also. Yeah guys, so me being a thorough person, I kind of wanted to show you guys me putting the oil in the pot, but whatever. The reason I put oil in the pot is so that the bananas don't get black. People use oil, people use vinegar in the pot so that there's no purple or black on the bananas. And as long as I've been doing it, it's been working. But anyway, put my fingers in between here, pretty much, and then just unzip that baby. Pull it all the way around. Be gentle because you don't want the bananas to really break. For some reason, people don't like eating like broken bananas. They like seeing it, you know, full in their plate. And there you have it. Banana done. I mean, like some persons might look at a guy, you know, cooking and stuff. You know, I'm the kind of person where, like, I believe that, yo, we are all equal and what you can do, I can do. I mean, of course, some persons are geniuses at different things. Never let someone make you feel like you're stupid because not everyone can run fast. So it doesn't mean that you're stupid because you can't, you know, you're not good at math or you're not good at science. Everyone is good at something. It's just a matter of finding out what genius you really are. You know, funny you guys, I told you guys about watching ads. I saw that on a YouTube ad. I was just watching somebody's channel, I think it was Razor's channel or somebody's channel, and they were talking about geniuses, and I was like, God damn it, you know what? For example, they were saying that you cannot say a fish is stupid because it's not able to climb a tree. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't say the fish is stupid because the fish can swim underwater, but you can't. So are you stupid because you can't swim underwater? I hope you guys get the point. So as you guys realize, as I said, I try to be methodical. Because here we have oh, speaking of bananas, like guys, sometimes you have some really nice bananas where when you break into it, like the banana is soft when it's done cooking. For me, that's what I like. I like when the bananas are nice and soft. I don't like the firm ones. I don't know what you guys, if you guys like the firmer ones, let me know. But when I'm cooking, I try to do it methodically, meaning I try to put the harder things to cook in the pot first, right? So of course I wouldn't put pumpkin in the pot first because pumpkin is pretty soft. So I start with bananas and then I'm moving on to this. So this is what we call yellow yam. Nice little yellow yam. I hope this one is a dry one because I like it like that. Some people are really good at knowing like, oh yo, this yam is really dry. But for me, I really have to heavily depend on my market lady because she's able to tell me, you know, because she knows the strains of yam that she gets from her supplier. This is how I peel my yam as well. This is the correct way to do it culinary wise. Like that. Use your cutting board to your advantage. And this way you can be maybe a little bit more precise. But for those people who normally do it in their hand, no big deal. You become talented or whatever, and however you do something. So here I have my yam pretty much. I like to have my food bite size. I don't like seeing this big old chunk of yam. You know, I should be able to finish it in like 2 bites. So this is how I'm gonna do it. Oh, look at that. Of course it's dirty, so I'm gonna give it a quick wash off and then toss it in the pot. So now it's really washed, but I don't know if you guys can see if the camera quality is good enough. But you can see oxidization, or I think it's oxidation taking effect on the food, where it's starting to change color. If you're cutting up a lot of yams, like a bigger piece of yams, as I said, have a bowl of water, put some vinegar in it, I think, or I think salt. I don't remember what it is. If you guys know, please share with us. And you put in the water, and that prevents it from changing color and getting ugly, because you see it's starting to change color and starting to look a little bit strange. But whatever. Now here I have what I considered a very beautiful pumpkin. Like when I got it yesterday, it was so bright and orange, but I think because of oxidization, you know, it's been there for a day, it's lost the color. But as soon as you cut into that bad boy, look at that. Jeez, so beautiful. So I'm just gonna remove like the outer skirts, or maybe keep it, I don't know. But as you know, pumpkin, we eat it with the skin at the back, no big deal. If you don't, then that's fine. We are all different. I remember once I used to have a composter where I did composting. I had some natural decomposers that would compost like the skin. So whenever I was cutting these stuff, I didn't really mind or worry about it. For those of you who are just here to like watch the cooking tutorial or to understand about this dish, I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot. That's because I do, you know, my travel vlogs, and I like talking to my subscribers. You know, saying what's on my mind. I guess most of them like it, so that's what I do. And I like talking to y'all. The pumpkin is a little bit big, but I don't mind. I'll work with it this way, or maybe I could make it a little bit flatter, which means it's gonna cook a lot faster. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this in some water. I'm gonna put this in some water because I don't want it to, you know, dry out and stuff. So there, I just put it into a little bit of water really quick because the banana and the yams are gonna take a while. Pumpkin doesn't take so long to cook, and those of you who cook pumpkin will know that pumpkin will actually cook all the way out into the pot where you can't even find it anymore. So I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna put it up real quick. And I'm just gonna wash my board once again, and then I'll get my seasonings all cut up and ready for y'all. Alright guys, so I just checked back my ackee and everything is all good. I was thinking to myself, of course guys, I could want to do my video as one of those speed videos where, you know, I show everything really quickly and not talk in the video. But you realize those videos are not really informative because you don't really learn like some of the mistakes that, you know, people commonly make. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like, you know, just talking through it, speeding up some parts. But if you don't like hearing, you know, listen to all the talking and stuff or whatever, you can always speed watch, because I do speed watching on a lot of stuff, especially when I want to learn how to edit a video. Of course, I don't listen to every single thing that the person says, even though sometimes that person is teaching me a shortcut, you know, how to do something. But if I want to get to the point, I just speed watch, just listen to the main points or whatever. That's just my opinion. That's what you can probably do. But for me, sometimes I like just listening to people talk while they cook and stuff. So here I have some escallions. I'm just removing the top. Maybe y'all do it differently, let me know. Just removing these little strange looking things from off of it. I just do my scallions until it gets to this point where it just looks like this, you know. Anything that looks like it's about to wither, I just remove that, keeping it fresh, yeah. So for that amount of ackee, as I said, I have like a dozen ackees in there. I'm gonna use about this of a scallion. I think that's perfectly fine. And maybe this amount of time, maybe that's a little bit too much, I don't know. This amount of time. But as I said guys, whenever you're cooking, you cook things based on your flavor. If you love onions, yo, drop a lot of onions in your stuff because that's what you like. You know what I'm saying? For example, my sister, she loves onions. She really loves onions. All I'm doing guys, I'm just pre-gaming really quick, just cutting stuff halfway. So when I'm ready, I can just dice everything up. For example, in some of those fast videos, all they do, they show the onion and they go bam, onions diced. Like this, what I'm showing you is an easy way to cut an onion. When you cut it along the ridge like that, it keeps the onion in place, so it's not moving all about. It's a lot easier for you to work. So you see, that's why I don't I don't want to do it that way. It's like bam, look at that, it's done. Nah. Some of you might have already know how to do this already, but for some of you might not. So when I was in the US, at one point I was working at a supermarket and we were doing green peppers, and we were doing like tons of green peppers, like what you call it, cutting them up, like pre-packaging green peppers so people can just come buy them already chopped up and stuff. And like after doing it for a while, I just learned quicker and easy ways to just do this crap. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody got time to be going around this damn green pepper like I'm a stupid. I just learned a quicker way to do it. That's the great thing about YouTube, guys. You can just look at someone and you learn from their experiences, because I've learned so much from other YouTubers. When I used to watch it a lot, but I don't have the time because I'm busy trying to make videos or I'm working. So I realize I don't have to like cut and then the seeds, look, boom, I'm done, bro. My peppers, I keep them frozen because whenever I buy a big whole bag, I'm not going to use all of them that quickly anyway. So I buy them frozen, but I buy them and I freeze them. This might be a little bit too many sweet peppers. I don't really mind. But for you, if it's too much, you can always tone back. You don't have to use so much, but they make nice additives, great color, and they're good for your health anyway. Just gonna toss those aside on a plate. Me personally, I hate when people put the entire thyme inside of my dish. Like I have to pull it. Listen, I don't care whatever it does, I just do not like that. It feels like you're putting like a mini tree in my plate. I really don't like that. So what I do, I cut like the more tender parts, especially when it's tender like this, and then I can chop it. I chop it all the way up. So that way you're eating it, but you're not even noticing it. So because it's so tender, the branches are really tender, and it's so finely done. Or what you can do if you don't want it like that, you can always like just pull the leaves off. But I realize that the stalk has flavor too. But as I said, you have to like get it like, you know, when it's young, it's tender and stuff. So I'm gonna put that right there. Today I kind of want my vegetables looking chunky in my plate, but normally when I do my vegetables, let me wash this off real quick. All right, so I pretty much cut up all of the seasoning at the moment. You can see it looking nice and stuff. And then what we're gonna do really quick is just to salt out the saltfish. I don't know if this camera shut off. I really don't know what happened just now, if you guys saw the footage, but who cares. So I have the yam and banana in the pot, as you guys can see over there. But now I have my ackee. So I want to check it because I don't want my ackee to get like too soft. No, it should be like nice and al dente. If you guys don't know, al dente just means soft to the bite. Still a little bit too firm, so I'm gonna leave it a little bit more. Alright guys, to make your life easy when you're straining the eggs, not the eggs, the ackees, let's toss it like that into a strainer. Ooh. So now that I have the ackees done, I'm just gonna separate my saltfish real quick. Put it over there, and then I'm gonna taste it to see if it's too salty or if it's just right. Hopefully it's not fresh. Alright guys, hopefully the video doesn't cut off again, because as I don't know if you heard, but I'm using a non-Canon battery. Or normally, for those of you who don't know, when you start up the camera, it always asks you, oh, is this really a Canon battery or whatever? And yeah, it doesn't tell you how much battery percentage. So maybe that battery was dead, I don't know, honestly don't know. But anyway, as I was saying, like, this is what you want a saltfish to look like, really flaky, pretty much. And yeah, that's the hard part. Now we'll get to the easy part, which is pretty much to saute everything really lightly and mix everything in, and then that part is going to be done. Alright guys, this is my favorite part, using the Dutch pot. So we have a little bit of butter, gold butter, you know, let me show you real quick. what's it called? Gold seal butter. I like this butter because it's a little bit salty. I like that about it. And I use a little bit of oil because I don't want it to be too oily when I'm eating the ackee, so I just use a little bit of oil. So I'm just gonna toss this in there really quickly. I don't want to overcook this because I don't want it to be like soggy and stuff and lose all the nutrients. I just want it to be lightly sauteed. That's all I'm doing, really quick, lightly saute this bad boy. You keep getting a little bit goldenish, or whatever they want to say. Set that flame, make sure it's not too hot, a little bit too high. Now to the comfortable level. That's good enough for that. I'm going to add a little bit of the saltfish in there, or all the saltfish, sorry. Hard to be cooking with one hand and videoing, but you get the point. So remember, the saltfish is already nicely boiled already, so it's not like you need to cook it anymore. And the last part, of course, I'm going to get the ackee, throw that in. And it's going to be hard. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn the video off so I can stir it properly. Alright guys, as I said, that was the easiest part, like just to stir it together and it's pretty much done. I'm going to cover it over. I already turned the fire off, so it's just in there doing its thing with the residual heat. And I'm going to do a quick serve. The food in there is already done. Once you're able to stick the fork in, then it means it's done, so everything is good over there. The hardest thing to cook over there was the yams. That's done. And I'm going to serve it. Alright, and there we have it guys, a decent plate of ackee and saltfish. To be quite honest, I'm really happy that I even got to this vlog because I really didn't want to do it because the lighting, I didn't like the lighting, it sucked, and you know, to do this and be cooking with one hand, it's really annoying. And yeah, so I'm just happy that I'm able to get to the first one. I mean, this would have been a lot easier if someone was there to help me shoot it, if my kitchen was more conducive to cooking, if it had better lighting and stuff, but I got it done. I hope you guys found it fun. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would because of all those circumstances, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know for a fact I'm gonna enjoy this ackee and saltfish because I just tasted it a while ago and it was like really good. But remember these 3 things guys: love, nature, adaptation, and always remember, keep the link. And if you love the video, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends about it, share it, and I'll see you next time. Guys, everything so far has been like really perfect. The banana isn't the hard variety, it's more of the softer kind, which I prefer. The yam is really good, same type of texture with it. The pumpkin just the same. I mean, I like it like that. And the best part is like the green peppers and the onions and the red peppers, they aren't soggy. They have a nice little crunch. And I learned that when in that Dream Weekend vlog when I went to have the steamed fish and the steamed conch, when they were making like the escallions inside of the dish, I mean, it was so fresh. It wasn't, you know, all overcooked and whatever, and I've started to eat that way. I prefer it that way. It just has more flavor to it. Just about 2 bones left back, so that means crime scene. No lie.